I would like to know one thing about the NFL. Just one. Why is it that you are so tolerant of managing a league that is not fair? If the NCAA is kicking your ass in terms of fair play, something is seriously wrong with your league, considering that the NCAA is tolerating top-end athletes getting paid massive amounts of money under the table in order to go to the top programs in the nation, making an endless circle of domination and hierarchy among programs. Somehow that system is more fair than the NFL. In what league is only one team allowed to have possession in overtime? I may love the NBA, I may love the NHL, and I definitely love the the MLB. However, that being said, even if the visiting team scores runs in extra innings, the home team still has a chance to match or surpass that amount of runs in the bottom of the inning. If you score first in the NBA, that does not matter unless the score is still tied after a set amount of time in overtime, usually 12 minutes. And in the NHL, well, that's more or less dependent on face-offs and whether you're doing 5-on-5 or 3-on-3. That is sudden death, mostly because it is extremely difficult to score in the NHL. However, with new rules, that may change. However, the NFL is still backwards and stubborn with their sense of overtime. So much so that even the NCAA, one of the most unfair amateur, and I say that in finger quotes, athletic associations in the entire world have better terms of fairness in their games than professional leagues of the same sport. I don't understand how that's fucking possible. Granted, I may not like the idea that in overtime in college, teams start at the opponent's 25. I believe that they should be at their own 40. At the opponent's 40. So that way you can't just cheap out of going nowhere and getting a field goal. However, it is still fair in the sense that both teams get one chance to score. How in the hell is it that that is not the case in the NFL? I was glad that they changed the rules that a field goal no longer counts in sudden death. However, why the hell does it do count when it's a touchdown? Shouldn't both teams have a chance to score? Otherwise, you really are dictating games on coin tosses in some cases. I don't think that's the type of league you want. It's certainly not the league that millions of Americans want. I'm not even going to get into the fact that you don't give a shit about player safety or pensions. Let's just talk about your fairness. Because it is fucking non-existent. Hell, you could bring player safety as a part of its non-fairness. But that's another argument for another day. Right now we're talking about the structure of the game. And I don't really see how it's fair that only one team can have a chance to score in overtime. That's just not fair. And it's nonsensical. You know, at least with the NHL, their overtime rules are brutal, but they're still fair because either team has the chance to score at any given moment. The NFL's overtime rules are not only brutal, but unfair. In every sense of the word. And you know what? If you want to call me a salty Chiefs fan, feel free, be my guest. But deep down in your heart, you know that I am right. Under no circumstance should only one team be allowed to score in overtime. Saying that, and then thinking about what that means by yourself for just one fucking second doesn't make any sense toward fair play, now does it? You know I'm right, so don't you dare go down that route. This is Trey McGathan, and hopefully I don't have to make another one of these fucking videos again.